What is going on, everybody? We're here. We're live. Geeks and Gamers Daily with Ryan and Jay. And you know that means no singing. So,
happy Martin Luther King Day.
Yes, I celebrate every year. The third Monday of January. Shout out to Martin Luther King.
The post
Jr.
office is closed.
Really? I guess that's true. Federal holiday, right?
It's federal holiday. Schools are closed. I'm assuming they are. I think so.
I don't go to school, but I do believe that is true. Based off people I'm close to that I've heard from, I believe there is no school today for most people. Unless there might be a couple places where I don't even think it's one of those make-up snow days, potentially.
Yeah.
I think a federal holiday. I think,
yeah.
I don't think it's
Banks,
happening.
post office, everything. Yeah.
So,
and Chris Gore, thank you for the condolences. Yes, my Miami Dolphins team suck. They only beat teams that are terrible. That's just how they are.
Yes.
I knew that going in. The cold just didn't help. That says what it is.
The thing is, like, I would be rooting for the Miami Dolphins, like, legitimately. I'd be rooting for them every single fucking day. The problem is Jeremy just loves Tua so much. He loves their quarterback so much, and it makes me happier when Jeremy's miserable. Yeah. So
I totally get it.
To see him just shit the bed in a very predictable way, like, that makes me a little bit happy. So I do feel bad for the Dolphins. I like their coach. I like all their players. I just hate that Jeremy loves one of them.
I get it. So I get it, man. I totally get it.
Detroit Lions took care of business.
As a
the Dallas Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboys got embarrassed.
At least I'm not a Cowboys fan. I mean, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, Dolphins, this is a yearly thing for us. The fact that we made the playoffs was probably our Super Bowl. And we beat the Cowboys this year. So, hey.
The only team above 500 that you beat that also exposed themselves to be frauds in the playoffs. Congratulations.
Yeah. We are, what did Cam Newton call us? Our quarterbacks, game managers, not game changers. So,
well, Chris Gore's Detroit Lions broke a 31-season playoff losing streak. They had not won a playoff game in 31 years. So they have now won. Do you know who now holds the record for a longest streak without a playoff win in NFL history? Well, in current NFL history?
No idea.
The Miami Dolphins.
Is it?
It's been about 22 years, I believe, for them. So congratulations. Right. You guys are now the leaders in the clubhouse when it comes to that.
All right.
So shout out to you. We were just talking about we're changing up our workout schedule and shit. Jay's been really consistent working out after these streams. Yeah. I'm trying to start doing it before the stream because I don't like doing it after. It just gets in the middle of my day. So woke up early enough, went there. I'm fucking tired though. I had a good workout, but I'm tired as shit. Jay's gonna go after though.
Yeah, I should do it before. That's actually a better idea, but I don't know, man. I get up, mosey around, I read the news.
It's hard, but if you can wake up early, it feels like so much of your day is open.
I'm usually at 8 o'clock's usually my day. It's usually when I get up. But where I go work out, I get there anyway. I'm trying to do math in my head.
He's trying to do math in his head, yeah.
So it's probably not the best thing, but
you know what it looks like when Jay does math in his head?
Pretty much.
DJ Fisty for 2 says part 1, this pick or this pick.
God, what's the second pick? Who is that?
Is there a difference?
Little difference. Let's go with pick 1. I'll go with pick 1.
Yeah, he found a Down syndrome Superman and said, "This looks like Jay."
Oh man!
Thank you, DJ Fisty.
Yeah, people say it looks the same. That's true.
Yeah, corporate wants you to spot the difference between this picture and this picture. They're the same picture. So he needs to make that meme. Taker for 5. Kathleen Kennedy set to leave Lucasfilm and take over the GM position for the Dallas Cowboys. They're close to bottom, but not quite there, says KK. Hey, that makes a lot of sense.
I'm all for it.
Makes a lot of sense to me. Graph Web for 2, for fuck's sake. # cancel Disney Plus.
Guy's on brand. He stays on point.
It's very consistent.
Yeah, I appreciate the consistency and the passion.
Michael Koch for 2 with a picture of Barack Obama eating a rainbow dildo, which, if I remember, that original picture is actually him scarfing on a hot dog.
A hot dog.
Yeah. Let's go to Texans 45-14. What a year. Yes, Houston Texans won. Shout out to them. If you guys are interested in all the sports, all the sports talk, go follow Sports Wars, the channel I run for Geeks and Gamers. So Gary's beard dingleberries for 2. Ryan tackles Jay Daly just to motorboat his belly.
He won't have much of a chance much longer. So
yeah, it's also not true.
He's never done it in his life, but just wanted to clear that up. I should have cleared that up first, then gone.
Probably. Scott McKenzie provided the story behind MLK's dad changing his name is cool. He became a pastor and changed his name in honor of Martin Luther. Base. Imagine that now. Wow, I didn't know that. I did not know that, Scott.
You didn't know that?
Well, I didn't know he like changed his name like that. I just assumed he was named after that to begin with, not that he changed his name. Dumb H with 5 gifted memberships. Shout out to our man Dom, who's a Giants fan. Ryan's hot stepsister. I don't know this person. Hi, stepbro and J Bear. I now identify as a trans, non-binary, blind, deaf, one-legged dwarf lesbian of color with Downs. So please address me correctly.
Whew. Got to be careful. Don't want to get, these weirdos online wanting us to die over our Echo take.
I know, right? So specifically Gary. Gary. Let me see if I can actually pull that up.
Lord.
I
saw your video and I was like, is this real? Man, honestly, I have been doing my best to kind of stay off Twitter. Like I'm pulling a Ryan. I'm like, it's just a bunch of nonsense. I have too much work to do.
Well, just because you're not saying anything doesn't mean you can't be there.
Well, I know what you mean, but I'm just like, I don't like. It's just, you can get caught up in the scroll. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, for
like
sure.
An hour in, you're like, what the freak? It's just like
that's nothing compared to Instagram Reels. God, yeah. I'll be fucking sitting there like pull up Instagram and I'm like flipping through, and all of a sudden I've time traveled. It's like, why am I watching this shit?
When I'm having a good Instagram Reels run is when I start sending you stuff. I'm like, Ryan will like this one. He'll like this one.
Didn't you send me one time that was like some retarded person like doing something stupid and I'd already liked it or whatever?
Yeah, it was great. Yeah. The best one was Zachary Levi, the guy. We're talking about Steve Levy. Whatever his name. Yeah, he liked and shared that nature is metal post of an elephant taking a crap and killing a bird.
Shit, yeah,
and a bird flew under. I don't know why that was so funny.
That's like flying in front of that Randy Johnson fastball.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I was like, Ryan needs to see this, and look who liked and shared it. Story of my life. God dang it!
But I did want to talk. I did want to talk a little bit about Echo, the reaction to Echo, and some people just saying it's the most incredible thing ever because of all the diversity and all the representation. And I got to give props to Gary from Nerdrotic and specifically to Perry Chan. His thumbnails are always on point, much more professional than mine. And the titles Gary comes up with are often very interesting. Some people apparently don't like it that much. Now, this is Jay. I don't think he's related to RJ. Hashtag Free Palestine. A smiley face, he, him, and a quote. In a world filled with hate, we must still dare to hope. Well, he's certainly living by those by that set of morals. We got to kill this bitch already. Now, he might say kill. He might be saying fuck. Maybe he wants to fuck Gary. I wouldn't be surprised if he was queer. But it's all over Gary's Echo review. Echo is awful. Marvel goes off the reservation. Now, I like that play on words. I think that's pretty funny considering Marvel wants to remind us every single 2 seconds. Oh, did you know that Echo is Native American? Did you know Echo is deaf? Did you know Echo only has one leg because that's really all that matters about her, not her actual character? And it's a pretty good fucking thumbnail. But these are the people who say you're just bigoted and full of hatred. They're saying we gotta kill this bitch already. That's who these
Pretty
freaks
wild.
are. These degenerate fucks.
I mean, maybe someone should talk to him about being gay and living in the Middle East. I don't know. Might not work out for you that well.
I would imagine this person is a big supporter of gay rights. And yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
Just throwing that out there. Maybe do a little research. You know, there might be some bigger things to worry about than a thumbnail and title. That's all. Look at those views, man. I think he's got 500,000 by now.
Yeah, 500,000 in the first 24 hours or so. Not too bad. Not too bad.
Not too shabby at all. I have yet to even see one episode of our beloved Echo. So,
you know why I think this person's really mad is because they searched for Marvel on YouTube, and this is like the first fucking result
that comes up.
Because you can see right here is like Marvel Entertainment.
Oh,
like
yeah. Look at
the
that
channel. That's like the Marvel Entertainment channel. And then you have this. Now, again, maybe I'm completely misjudging this degenerate. Maybe he means we got to fuck this bitch already. Maybe he's just that horny for Gary. I wouldn't be surprised. But
be the beard. Could be the beard.
Probably means kill. Maybe. I think it probably means kill, and they're too much of a pussy to actually say it.
I'm pretty sure. He doesn't want to be censored on his social media, so it's probably why they did that.
That'd be terrible, wouldn't it?
Gotta love it. Blue-eyed Scorpion in the chat says he's horny for Gary too. It's not surprising. So yeah,
screenshot it.
Maybe he said hug.
My gosh, look at now. Now he's not only is he attacking Native American people, he's attacking Asians now. There you go. Same energy.
I've seen that face in an old video.
This one?
Oh, that's X-Ray.
That's X-Ray Girl. What video are you watching?
I can't. Who knows what the titles are?
There you go. Got a little revealed about Jay and X-Ray Girl apparently today.
There it is. Well, yeah. It's a Monday. It's a holiday, and we're just gonna keep it moving. I guess. Poor Gary. What is he gonna do with the all the hate that he's getting? Look at everyone. Jay got caught. Care to share? I was openly, I have nothing to hide. So there.
Quite an answer. All right. Let's catch up with this Thunderstrike for 10. Sadly, my daughter still isn't home. I'm sorry to hear that. She had problems with feeds last Thursday, and her Friday discharge was canceled. She's having surgery Wednesday for malrotation. Going to be a few more weeks. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Thunderstrike, but the good news is that she's going to keep getting help. So
yeah, man,
we're thinking about it, man. Gary's Beard Dingleberries for $5. When you switch some letters around, it says Ryan gave Jay a hickey. Please explain Caftan Ryan and Care Bear J Bear. Caftan Ryan, what does that mean? You made a mistake.
We were talking about I don't know. It was with Jeremy, and we were talking about Captain J. And I was reading. It's when freaking Jeremy's the last week when his whole computer froze, and I was just by myself, and I just was like, and all these 199 super chats came flying in, so I was like, let me just read them quickly. And instead of saying captain, I accidentally said Captain. So now it's just, and of course I get caught, because the chat never misses, because this is the best chat in all of YouTube. So it was just a constant, yeah. Did you hear about that daily? It was awful. Jerry starts the show and he's like, let me share my screen for our first topic. And he freezes and he comes back on Steph's computer and setup, and he's all hunched over because he doesn't, the seat mic ratio is all screwed up. So he's all like this. And then it messes up, and he messed up again, and he leaves. So I'm by myself, just reading, like going through stuff. It's pretty wild. I wasn't expecting that one.
I think that he actually called me because
I didn't even upload that to Spotify. I was like, that's a non-Spotify episode. That's all I need for people to find
good enough.
Yeah.
Not good enough. Just Jay stumbling over his words for 5 minutes while
bumbling
Jeremy
and stumbling. That's all
computer.
it was.
You do a stream by yourself like once a week at least.
It's pretty bad.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Well,
it's just as bad. I don't know why. Last I had 1,100 people watching me Saturday. It's freaking crazy. So as we stumbled and bumbled through everything. So I guess I just attract those type of awesome people in my chat. They want to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, Jeremy actually called me and he's like, "Are you home right now?" And I'm like, "Nope, I was at Lowe's or Home Depot or something." And he's like, "Damn it, my computer froze, blah, blah, blah. I'll just go use Steph's setup." So yes, I was not there to take over, unfortunately. Yeah. Shucks. I couldn't help you out, Jay. It's my bad.
Pretty crazy. Well, we got through it, and I never want to speak of it again.
Michael Cock for 5. McCall, McCall Cock. I don't know how they're supposed to pronounce it. Mikal Cock. McCall Cock. Mike Alcock. I don't know. For $5, Jeremy and Beardo like to play tackle football in the shower. Can't confirm, but that's what I've heard.
I've heard that same rumor.
Sounds accurate. Jay is a big fig for Canadian $1.
Did you hear about that? Why that's a thing?
Something about
Big Fig is actually a mattress company for fat people. So
for it, right?
While we were trying like that same stream when it was all like I'm like pulling up stuff to read to kind of get through daily. And there was a big commercial. You know how like those ads come up on the articles, and it was like literally said you're a big fig. And I'm like, what the freak, man? I can't even like do an article without them calling me a big fig. Now I know when people call someone a fig on YouTube, what it means. So I was like, what the heck? And then I looked it up, and it was like, all right, it's a mattress company for the obese. I wasn't looking for mattresses. I'm not sure how that got in there, but anyway,
I hate a lot of like those Google AdSense ads because half the time it's literally shit that you either looked up or is like right by you or like whatever. And then the other half of the time, it's shit that's not relevant to you at all in any way. Especially Temu ads. Those are the fucking worst. I don't know what Temu is. I see ads for it everywhere. I fucking don't understand if it's just like this big shopping app or what it is. But every Temu ad I get has shit on it that like doesn't apply to me in any way. I hate it. So
yeah, I don't like it either.
But Jay, it's okay if you want to. If you need a bigger mattress.
Somebody want to buy me a big fig mattress? I'll let you know how soft it is.
Ministry of Wrong Thing for 5. Ryan, look up videos of people using suppressors with subsonic ammo. It's actually remarkable how close to the Hollywood pew it is, if not quieter. Well, yeah. So if you are using subsonic ammo with a suppressor, it's obviously super quiet because you don't have the you don't have it like breaking the sound barrier. Basically, you don't have that like crack. But I don't think very often when we see silencers used in some like specifically what we were talking about the other day in Echo, that it would make that like I doubt that guy's carrying subsonic ammo around. Like, you know what I mean? But I hear what you're saying though. Young Stav, member for 4 months. Jay, watch One Piece. Dang it, Ryan. How's my profile picture? Oh shit. Let me. I
did watch One Piece. Are you talking about the animation?
What the fuck?
There's like 10,000 episodes.
This is Jeff Goldblum holding a dinosaur. Looks cool.
Must be a Jurassic Park fan.
Malty member for 6 months. I rarely get to catch daily live, and the one time I do, it's high tea. No fig to be found. Hail the 199.
What's up?
Thank you, Malty.
Thank you.
RL Dog 99 member for 10 months. Jay, Big Fig was a sponsor of FatCon that you looked up on High Tea.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, now it all makes sense. Yeah, we went through the FatCon. They're having a FatCon In California, I think it is. So anyway, somewhere on the West Coast. So we were going through all the speakers, the sponsors, the code of conduct, the buffets that they're gonna have there.
I really think that, you know, all the fats that get free extra seats on planes and like shit like that, I think all of them should be put on Boeing 737 Maxes that are flown explicitly by an all-female flight crew. I think that's just the best recipe. Get them out there quick, you know, get them there. I'm sure it'll be competent pilots and everything. So it'll be great.
Fat con. It's a real thing, chat. It's a real thing.
Big Fig energy for 2. This one's for Jeremy. Speaking of Fat Con, we do have a con coming up. MegaCon.
Yes.
MegaCon coming up the first weekend of February. I put out a little post on my community page. Ticket prices go up in the next 2 or 3 days. So if you still haven't bought your tickets to MegaCon, buy them. If you're only looking for a one-day pass, Saturday is the day that we're doing the panel. But obviously, there's a lot of cool stuff there. And we're going to be in it. Well, Jay's obviously going to be, you know, doing stuff with Gina a lot. But the rest of everybody is going to be kind of in and out throughout the weekend. But definitely Saturday, the big panel day. People like myself, Gary, Jeremy, Critical Drinker, Eric is going to be there. Ripaverse is going to be there. So it's going to be a fucking awesome time and a massive panel. So we hope to see a lot of you guys there.
Also, just announced. I'm going to share my screen. Perry Chan is going to be there. So just announced. Short round. Perry Chan will be there. You have no idea how excited I am to meet Short Round. I hope he signs my Goonies poster. Like that is I don't care if I gotta buy tickets. I got like this official Goonies poster. I'm trying to get everyone that was in that film to sign it. That's my last goal in life, Ryan, and I'm gonna die. So I hope I can get Short Round to sign it. That's my thing. Anyway, just announced.
There you go. Yes, so we will see you. Go ahead.
I think you'll have a long line, do you?
Him?
Yeah.
I think it'll be decent. Like I think he's like back in the spotlight for a little bit because of whatever that fucking movie was from like a year ago.
He was in Loki, and then
he was in Loki recently, yes. So yeah, I think there'd be some interest for sure. I don't know how long it's been since he's done something like that. For the Emperor, it's Orlando MegaCon, so it's right here in Orlando, everyone. For the Emperor for 5. See, Yellow Flash in the chat said that with a little Photoshop, it could be Perry Chan. Basically, not even much. For the Emperor for 5, Jay the Big Fig ads is probably because they were sponsored FatCon you talked about. There you go.
Yeah.
Hussein Noor for $5. Can you imagine how comfortable that mattress would be for regular people if it can handle 2 or more obese people on it?
That's not a bad point. I just think it'd be very heavy. I think they're gonna fill it with stuff just to keep it from like, you know, getting that whatever you call matches is what happens to them. You know.
Oh yeah, the fucking hole
sag.
Basically.
Mattress sag. So they probably shove it with like titanium to keep the mattress from sagging. So,
bro, those fucking like mattresses that like move and shit.
Yeah,
those are so heavy. Like they're fucking miserably. I never want one of those things ever because you can't like fucking move it.
Yeah,
you need like a team of dudes to fucking move that shit. So give me a dog shit $500 mattress, whatever. I don't.
Yeah, I bought one. It came in like a little like poster roll. I was like, this is weird. Too. And then I cut it open. It was like,
yes, I bought mine from Amazon or something.
Yeah,
and it came and they put it in there. You just like open it up and it unfurls.
Explodes,
and over like a day, it like rises up. Yeah, I like that one actually. Tomac for $20. Jay, after you go to MegaCon, are you planning on going to SawCon?
Actually, no. After MegaCon that next week, I'm flying up to Vancouver. As long as they still have her, Gina Carano will be in the Fan Expo Vancouver. She will be there and we hope a lot of people come out and support her because of all the announcements they had in Vancouver. She seems to have sparked a little controversy for her visit. People are a little, it's just a few people are a little upset that they that she's on the guest list. I guess she's making an unsafe environment for certain people. People are a little scared that she could cause an insurrection, apparently. I don't know. I think with some guys that are going, she might cause an erection, but that's just me from what I've seen in the past. But yeah, it's pretty funny how they still can't get over people's opinions and how they feel threatened. And that the crazy thing is they think she's so popular now that when you get to the heart of the issue, that she will bring a lot of people that don't agree with the people that don't want her there. That's what they're afraid of. It's not the fact that she won't have anybody there. It's the fact that she will encourage others that are not like-minded to these people that want her canceled will be at the con, and that will create I don't know. What will it create?
An unsafe environment. You need a safe space. The people that are preaching for tolerance and acceptance for every type of thing you could possibly imagine. And if you don't tolerate and accept every part of their lifestyle and even encourage every part of your lifestyle, they label you a bigot, they label you a transphobe, whatever it may be. These are the people that cannot handle even walking through a convention hall full of tens of thousands of other people. They can't handle the idea that someone there might not agree with them socially or politically. They can't stand it. That can't happen. You can't bring in someone that doesn't agree with our echo chamber Vancouver mentality, right? Those are the people that are freaking out and having a meltdown. And you obviously have been there for a lot of these. There's never been any issues. And like, guess what? Normal people don't walk through a convention hall and find people that are like, oh, I disagree with this. Let me go have a fight with them. Let me go have an No, the only people that do that are these insane, crazed fucking pronouns in their bios lunatics. They're the type of people that do that shit, right? So it's just a joke.
Yeah, it's stupid. I think the biggest pushback she ever got 2 years ago was Colorado. Had a lot of the same idiots in the comment section when she was announced. We got to Colorado. She was just as busy as the next person, and not one incident, not one person came and screamed and whatever. But I find it funny that these people act like little children. They're just like, I'm refunding my ticket. I'm not going now. It's like, good. Stay home. We'll have fun without you. It's kind of crazy. So if they even could afford a ticket to begin with, that's the thing. So
I talked about it in my video, right? The best way to like handle that shit or seeing articles that are being like that is to just simply say, hey, we love Gina Carano. I can't wait to go see her. It's going to be awesome.
That's it.
Not to get in these like drag down fucking fights with these people, right? Just show the conventions that you're excited that she's there. That's it. That's all you got to do.
We read through the petition, right, on the live stream. It was quite funny because the whole petition was, we need to get her out. And I don't know how many people signed it, but they're like, we need to get her out because many of the celebrity guests that are on that are going have had major issues with Gina and don't want to be in the same room with her. So maybe if we are planning on paying to see someone that she's offended, they might decide not to go. And we don't want that. It was all like a what if. And I'm like looking at the guest list. I'm like, she's been to cons with all these people many times before. And, there's not, they just live online. They think that they know. And then like the best part was, we have evidence that she said some terrible things, but apparently she's deleted all her tweets. And I'm like, what? That's the stupidest thing I've ever, like, it's just speculation and craziness trying to drum up, fear or whatever. It's very childish. So,
yep. So
very.
The one article did come out, got completely annihilated on social media. Like,
and your hair is completely all over the place.
I know my hair is going fucking crazy. My hair is going fucking crazy.
What was it called? Global BC? Yeah. It's Yeah, it's crazy.
More like global BS.
Yeah, that's it.
I think Global is that Canadian media or entertainment company that also did Robin Hood, right?
Yes, exactly.
I think that's on Global. I assume BC is British Columbia, but I guess I haven't actually looked into it that much. That's my assumption.
You know what's interesting though? I feels like there's a little swing in all this stuff because those things came out and just like you said, I saw more people that I just don't know that were just saying this is stupid. Like if you don't like Gina, just don't go visit her table. Like common sense people just commenting on those articles and those people that are saying stuff. They're just like like, no, we love Gina and we're glad that she's a part of it. It's just like very calm. It wasn't like 2 years ago when she would be attacked, ruthlessly, and there wasn't really the only people that were pushing back were like our community and stuff. But it's like it just seems like there are more people that are just kind of like more level-headed. That's happening. So I that's what I think, because going through all that stuff yesterday on Saturday on the live stream, you just found like a bunch of people I've never ever seen before just saying, this is dumb. Like, can you guys just give it a rest? Like we don't care what you think anymore. We're not going to put pronouns. People like the pronoun stuff is overplayed. It's stupid. Like, we don't care. So, maybe it'd be nice to see if it started swinging back. And then you get a tweet that people want to kill Gary. So who knows?
They want to censor Gary, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Over on Rumble, again, shout out to our Rumble audience. Faux Peasy becomes a monthly supporter. Thank you, Faux Peasy. Appreciate it, man. Tyrant Lizard King member for 10 months. I'm glad the Book of Clarence flopped. $2 million opening weekend on a $40 million budget. Eat it, blasphemers. Yeah, that Book of Clarence, like the Black Jesus story or whatever, with like black disciples and everything. Did you see like the ads for that?
Bro, no.
Yeah, it's flopped.
Imagine my shock. There's a lot of flopping going around, man.
There is, including from Disney, which again, not exactly wild, but we've seen flop after flop from Disney over the past couple of years for pretty much every single thing they've done, whether it's Marvel, whether it's Indiana Jones, whether it's Pixar, whether it's Walt Disney Animation Studios. But certainly for Pixar, the fall has been massive for them. Going from like a guaranteed moneymaker to now, they can't do anything at the box office after the failures of Lightyear and others. And Pixar, after making an announcement that, hey, by the way, we're going to fire another couple hundred people because we're that desperate, they said, you know what? We released a lot of things on Disney Plus. These big streaming hits that we had, there was so much demand for them, we promise, even though we never really revealed their numbers, like Soul, like Luca, like the garbage that is Turning Red. So you know what we're going to do now? We never got to release those in theaters because of the pandemic. So they decided we're going to release those in theaters nationwide in 2024. I mean, hell, you're not releasing a lot of other things. Disney's only got like 5 movies they're releasing in 2024. So in desperation, they decided, hey, let's put these out. Let's get a little bit of money. What turns out, it's already a massive PR failure for them. Disney's Soul box office flop, a warning sign for future Pixar releases. And yes, this is a massive failure. Disney's Pixar film Soul has experienced a disappointing box office return during its limited theatrical release, grossing only $429,000 across 1,300 theaters in its opening weekend. Now, this is a movie that did release overseas, but never came out here in America, never came out domestically. It's opening weekend. And sure, it's been on Disney Plus. It's only in 1,000 theaters, but there's other things that are in 1,000 theaters that make a lot more money than this.
Yeah.
$400,000.
That is crazy.
It's bad. And over the 4-day holiday, it's looking at just over $500,000. People certainly weren't expecting a $30, $40, $50 million opening weekend or anything like that. But they were expecting several million, potentially up to 10 million or something. All right, what's the demand for this? What's the demand for a new Disney Pixar movie that people hadn't been able to see in theaters before? Apparently, not very much. Pixar's Soul is set to make $560,000 over the 4-day holiday. Simply put, this kind of offering does nothing for theaters and actually harms the Disney brand. As if they needed more bad press after 2023. Would be surprised if theaters even booked Turning Red and Luca. Great that Disney made the effort, However, they certainly didn't seem to have a PA budget. The truth is, audiences want new films. Really should be for films that have earned that distinction. And the bottom line is, Disney didn't have anything else in the hopper. The studio doesn't have a major new release until April, when First Omen drops, and won't have a blockbuster until Apes in May. The alternative, hide in the box office bushes for 3 to 4 months. They probably should have done that, because this is just fucking embarrassing for them.
But do you think this was like the last ditch effort to maybe save some jobs over there at Pixar if it did really well?
I don't know if they would have saved any jobs. I think they were already planning to cut these like 200 plus 250 people's jobs after already firing almost 100 last year and saying, oh, layoffs are over, guys. Oh, by the way, another 20% of the total workforce.
That is crazy, man. That's another embarrassment. It's just I only remember seeing it like advertised that, hey, we're gonna dump these movies in theaters, go see it, and then that was it. Didn't even hear anything else about it. I mean, listen, like, it's crazy. Like when you drop like a classic Star Wars film or like another blockbuster in the theater, it'll do better, even though everybody owns it, on DVD or streaming or whatever. They'll still go to the theater and watch these awesome films,
I think if they would have dropped Lion King or Toy Story in theaters, it would have done better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Stuff that people have seen over and over again. Like people would go. I remember when was it when Lion King came out in 3D like 15 years ago? I went and saw it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's fucking insane. And it really is pathetic when you look at this per theater average, that Wish and Soul are right down there near the bottom.
Man.
So 2 disasters for Disney.
People just have walked away. It's like they just don't care. No interest. No excitement, no buzz, no nothing. It's just like we just walked away.
And you would think that's one of those things that's almost that's almost impossible to like take an L, right? Something you already paid for, something you already made that you hadn't released. Let's put it out in theaters, recoup a couple, $1 million here, $1 million there, whatever. No, it's a massive, it flopped so bad that the tiny bit of the $250,000 that you're going to get from this is not worth the bad, horrific PR that you're getting. Another Pixar, you're damaging the brand still by releasing these things and having them flop like that.
Chris Gore in the chat said they're going to be releasing even more.
Yes, so Luca and Turning Red.
Those 2 are on their way.
I know those are on the way. I think it's supposed to be in like February and March or something. And again, they did that in part because they don't have an actual movie coming out until The Omen, which I think is a 20th century movie, and Planet of the Apes, which is again a 20th century movie.
Yeah,
I think that's what they're planning on.
Gosh, like other than Dune, is there anything exciting coming out this year?
Planet of the Apes, I actually like those movies. So I don't love them or anything. I'm interested in them. So I'll be hesitantly. I'm kind of looking forward to that. The Ryan Gosling, is it Fall Guy or whatever that is? That stunt driver one. That looks fucking fun. Like I actually think that trailer looks fun. With Emily, is it Emily Blunt that's in that too? Sure, there's a couple of things, but there's not much.
Not at all.
Like Deadpool 3 is going to obviously get so much attention. I can't say like I have no faith right now that it's going to be good. I do think it's going to do really well. And I think it's going to get a lot of attention. All the different cameos. I like Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool. I obviously love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. We'll see what the story is and what it does and what it means for the MCU.
Chris Gordon messaged me this morning about Beekeeper, like saying go see Beekeeper. So
I want to see it.
I wonder if that will have any legs or anything.
It's like I think it's just going to be a stereotypical, like little bit cheesy Jason Statham action movie. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
So
one guy has an interesting job, beats everybody up. It's a simple formula that worked a lot for a lot of these guys. So,
do you think that Deadpool 3 can hit $1 billion?
No. I don't think so.
It's gonna be interesting.
I don't think so. I just don't think like I don't know. I'm one of the few people. Maybe Deadpool 2 didn't. I really enjoyed Deadpool 2 for what it was. I like seeing Juggernaut on the screen, but
it was a step down from the first one.
It
for me.
was no doubt, but it's I don't know, man. I just think they had damaged that Marvel brand so bad that people will just wait. Like they'll just wait for like streaming or something, you know? It just doesn't have like the overall excitement of people like I got to get there and watch this film. You know, it just doesn't have it. In my opinion. So I don't know unless they did something completely different and everybody loves it, but it's just it might be one of those where it's like, well, I'll wait and see what people are saying about it before I go. So I just don't think it'll hit 1 billion. I just don't.
The second
I was correct on Aquaman though. 450.
It's creeping up there. We'll see. The problem with that movie is it made so much money in China, like that. It's like kind of phony-ish money in terms of like what they actually get. That movie needs its $600 million minimum to break even, and it's sitting there at 450. Well, it's sitting there at around 400-ish now.
Yeah, I think
450. But for Deadpool 2, that movie made around 800 million.
Yeah.
The addition of like the idea of bringing Hugh Jackman back, there's going to be so many fucking cameos in this thing. I don't think we even like have an idea yet of what so I heard about a cameo that might be in there that would be fucking wild. But I think in the lead up, just like we had with No Way Home, there's going to be a couple little leaks that are accidentally out there to get people even more excited for it. So I think it's got a shot, man. I really do. And I don't know if it's going to be any good or not. I do think it has a shot to hit 1 billion.
I think there was a time where cameos were kind of cool. But I don't know, man. It's just like, what's the point? You know,
it depends what it is, right?
Yeah,
it depends.
That is true.
Like,
I think
if it's a cameo, if it's like, hey, did you know that Valkyrie's gonna show up in the Marvels? That nobody gives a fuck about that. But say the cameo is Storm, right? Say it's Halle Bailey as Storm, and that's your cameo. You know what I mean? Like for people that are at like,
I still don't think
characters
that'll draw.
I don't know if it'll draw a ton, but those are the type of people I'm talking about. What if we get a cameo from Jessica Alba's like Fantastic Four movie? I'm talking about like all those people getting together from these movies that we remember from
the past,
damn near 20 years ago now. Those are the type of cameos I'm talking about that
because the Beast cameo sure didn't save the Marvel.
No.
And the crazy thing about like in today's age, like with social media, those people get those cameos out on Twitter to watch like before the movie even is released. It's like you could just watch it here, you know? It's like
I meant Halle Berry, obviously. I've been so used to saying Halle Bailey for the fucking Little Mermaid movie. No, I don't mean fucking big googly eyes Storm. I mean Halle Berry as Storm. My bad.
The original Storm.
Dude, like this would be fucking hilarious if they bring Chris Evans back as Johnny Storm.
It would be funny.
Like that would be fucking hilarious. And then you have like Deadpool make a joke about, oh, hey Cap. And he's like,
that's what are you
talking about?
That's what I love Deadpool too, because he called Cable Thanos or something like that. Like, I thought that was fun. He went back in time and killed himself before signing the Green Lantern movie. I thought that was freaking funny. So those are the things that I like. I hope there's just a lot of like funny humor like that in there. But you know, I don't know what the Wolverine play. I think what made the Deadpool movies good or that they weren't connected. And like when he, you know, like when he visited when he went to the X-Men's house and he's like, well, we could only afford one X-Men, and it was Colossus. You know, like those are the funny stuff in the film that make it good. But if they're trying to, out of desperation, add Deadpool into this phase 5 or whatever it is to get people excited about it, I think it's gonna backfire. the fact that they were kind of like standalone, they were kind of part of it, but they were their own standalone thing, just made them special. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what scares me about this, is that they're like, hey, we're struggling over here. We need you to be a part of this thing now. We need you in Secret Wars. We need all this stuff. So like we need you to add this and this and this, and be part of the phase 5 or whatever they're trying to do over there in Marvel.
But, like, the most important thing about that movie to me is they need to shit all over multiverses.
They have to.
I just want to hear Deadpool the entire time fucking ripping on multiverses and how fucking stupid they are. But we'll see what happens.
I agree. I agree.
Anyway, yes. Let's see if we get a Halle Berry Storm appearance. I wanted to talk about this really quick. There's been a lot of stories about Disney Star Wars out there over the past couple of weeks, with so many people realizing who Charmin Obaid-Chinoy is, the woke activist director for the Rey movie. So many projects that continue to get announced, and even just a few days ago, announcing The Mandalorian and Grogu. You know, after the failures of Mandalorian season 3 and Ahsoka, who's getting hyped for something like that. It really sounds like Lucasfilm's kind of panicking a little bit. Well, if you're someone who's been in the press in a bad way, you got a lot of bad PR, you got to do something that unifies people, right? And one thing that unifies a lot of people is that Disney Star Wars is a shit show, especially when it comes to the sequel trilogies. Apparently, even Rachel Zegler knows that. Maybe this is for her to, get some good press, some good PR, do something that people actually agree with, something that's not really controversial. Rachel Zegler appears to take shot at Lucasfilm after Star Wars What If show is rumored. Now, I don't know if you saw this, the What If version of Star Wars reportedly in the works at Disney. A lot of people have come out and said, no, that's just not accurate. That's not an accurate report. But That being said, I could see it being legit because, to be frank, there were essentially Star Wars Infinity comics decades ago that were kind of what if stories. And that were, they were cool to read or whatever. All of everything Disney Star Wars should be put in the what if category. What if George 100%. Lucas sold Star Wars to Disney and completely destroyed everything? But with that being said, a lot of people came up with their ideas. What if Kathleen Kennedy was never hired? What if Dave Filoni was actually not gay? Shit like this. Rachel Zegler. Rachel Zegler had one of her own right here. What if somehow Palpatine returned? Just a little shot at the rise of Skywalker. And say what you will about Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, whether you love Force Awakens, hated it, whether you loved or hated The Last Jedi. I think all of them are fucking terrible. But nearly everyone, whether you're a Last Jedi fan or a Last Jedi hater, nearly everyone thinks Rise of Skywalker is a complete and total dumpster fire. And so it's pretty funny. Again, that's a cheap way to get some likes and not a whole lot of backlash, isn't it? Yeah. I thought it was funny to see even Rachel Zegler getting in on shitting all over some Disney Star Wars. I thought that was funny.
Is that the worst line in Disney Star Wars history? Because I see a lot of people tweeting that somehow Deadpool has returned. Like, they keep using that for other films as well. I think could that be the worst line in any Disney Star Wars film? It's like somehow Palpatine returned. That's how they solved the entire film.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like the worst standalone line, but like what it means, and like this is the way that you explain away a villain coming back that you had absolutely no setup for, no plan for, like the ramifications of it. I think all of that, potentially. Sundowners Club argues, no, the worst line is "I'm Rey Skywalker."
That's pretty bad too.
There's a lot of really bad lines. There's a lot of very bad lines throughout the whole sequels, but this is an iconically bad one that people mock to this day. So to even see woke Snow White herself, maybe like,
take a little jab at Star Wars.
You don't hate me as much now, right? I'll make fun of Star Wars. Even though she said that hey, Lucasfilm, bring me in. Gina Carano's been fired. I'll play Cara Dune if you want. But we know who Rachel Zegler is. But I thought that little rib, that little poke
that was good.
Funny.
What about like we talked before the show. I'm gonna show this picture again. Is out of all these films, which one do you think will have the least flop? Like the least will make the most money out of all of them? Mando and Grogu, you think? Probably do the best out of this whole lot.
It's tough to know. Like, I have no idea what Mandalorian and Grogu is. Like,
they are so screwed. Like, first the reports are like, yeah, there's going to be a season 4. It's already been written. It's going to be a couple episodes, then leading to the film. Now the next one is like, nah, they're going to scrap season 4 and focus on the film. So like,
there's a lot of shit out there. I don't think Lucasfilm knows what they're going to do yet. So before the writer's strike, Favreau wrote the scripts for season 4, knowing that he wouldn't be able to write it during the writer's strike. So they've been ready for quite some time. Now, when this announcement came out, we heard rumors about a month before that there's talk of adapting season 4 and just turning it into a movie and shit like that. That to me was what I felt it was going to be when they made this announcement. Now we've heard that a season 4 isn't out of the realm of possibilities, that maybe they could film them at the same time. But I've also heard the worst rumor of all out there is that they might do 6 episodes of season 4 that lead up to putting the final 2 episodes in a theatrical release.
Yeah.
That would be the worst fucking thing ever. Like, people aren't going to have any idea what the fuck is going on. Like, if you actually put that out there.
You got to do homework. Yeah, Marvel found out real quick that people don't do that. They don't watch the shows and then expect to watch the film. But I don't know what these other films would be. Taika Waititi's movie. I love that they put it in pink because it'll probably be a love story about 2 gay stormtroopers. My bet. That's what he loves to do with these films. Sean Levy's movie.
Keep missing their shots. Yeah, Sean Levy is the guy that does Deadpool. So that is a complete unknown. Basically, all he says is like, Kathleen Kennedy told me she wanted me to make a movie like I would make a movie. So just do a Star Wars movie like a Sean Levy movie, whatever that fucking means. And I don't know if we have any details about that in terms of timeline. I do think I remembered because he either has worked with or he's friends with Adam Driver. And so there was like a conversation like, would you want to do something, to potentially get him involved, whether it's a prequel or whatever? And he's like, oh, mum's the word. But really, I don't think we have any idea what that's about. So,
should we put some bets to see if any one of these get cut from the in Lucasfilm fashion? We announce a film and then we're like, yeah, I don't think we're going to do that one. We announce a film. Here's the director, everyone. Are you excited? No? Okay. Well, we'll just cut that and we'll move on to another one. So, I don't know.
Booty for $2 on Rumble. Deadpool 3 could have a good running joke of an upcoming cameo, but never delivering until the post credits with someone random from X3. That'd be funny. Vault 95 Survivor for Bucky. You're going to go see Argyle? I'm interested. Samuel L. is the only thing I'm not looking forward to because he's turned into a bitch. Henry Cavill playing a James Bond type role is exciting. I'm split on Argyle because I do like the concept of the movie itself is like intriguing to me. The concept is intriguing to me, but I don't like Bryce Dallas Howard very much. So, and obviously I like Henry Cavill, but I'll probably see it and give it a chance. We'll see. Well, maybe I'll see what people say about it first. Jesse Padilla for 10. Jason Statham movies. His character is always some weird profession. His next movie should be called The Uber Eats Driver. His character witnessing a murder while he's delivering food. Yeah, I'd watch it. Crimson Raptor, member for 3 months. Hey, Ryan and Jay, just want to wish you both a happy, successful 2024. Thanks for all you do. Hail G&G in the 199. Thank you, Crimson Raptor. Recip the Cripple, member for 2 months. I'd rather see a 4 out of 10 movie like Beekeeper than anything from Disney now. I don't recommend Beekeeper, by the way. I'm going to go see it. I've heard split things. Some people say it's awful. Some people say it's cool. So I'll go see it. Sundowners Club, member for 4 months. What's up, man? What about Costner's Western Horizon? You guys interested in that? I like Costner and I like a lot of the stuff he's done. Obviously, Yellowstone's fucking sick. Even, God, he did something with History Channel that was like Hatfields and McCoys. That was like a 4-part special that he did that I thought was fucking really cool. Like this is like a decade ago. So I am interested. I hope it doesn't flop. They spent a lot of money on that thing, but I will definitely go see it. It's like a 2-parter. Like first part opens in like June, second part in August or something like that. Wolf from Heart, remember for 6 months. Good morning, Ryan and Jay. Hail the chat. I predict 700 to 800 million for Deadpool. They're going to need it to deliver because they are probably going to spend a lot of money on this. That's Michael Quaid, member for 8 months. Well, I suppose we need to get our own posse together for real because those evil bastards want to delete Nerdrotic. I think it'll be okay. Lord Bothell for 5. Welcome to G&G Daily with the Big Fig and Mr. Positivity. Thank you. Warren B for 2. Will G&G have an Orlando MegaCon poster? We're working on a little bit of something for that we can have and hand out to have people sign and shit like that. We're working on something. Michael Cock for 5. Jay gave me this name on Tuesday's main event. It's supposed to be Michael Cock, but I imagine Jay would spell it Mikal. There you go.
Maybe.
Jay's something or other for 5. It's 20 degrees with snow on the ground here in Shreveport, Louisiana. Whole city shuts down on days like this, so hail from my nice warm living room. Gig 'em ×2. Viking Beach Bum for 5. Got my ticket to MegaCon and a costume. See you guys in the future. We will see you there. I'm hiccuping. Fuck. Thank you, Viking Beach Bum. We'll see you at Orlando MegaCon. Gaming Baker for Aussie 299. Fig's gonna fig. Am I right, Jay? You massive fig.
That's what happens.
Gaming Baker for $7.99. Hey Ryan, I bought the New Republic, which has the Dark Empire comic. What others would you suggest? If you're a fan of like the X-Wing books, I think the X-Wing comics are really cool. One of my favorite comic book runs is, well, I would do Knights of the Old Republic as well, but also Legacy. The Legacy comics are sick. They take place 137 years after the Battle of Yavin. It's about a descendant of Luke Skywalker, Cade Skywalker. They're a little like, they're pretty like mature. Cade Skywalker just basically goes and fucks everyone in the galaxy. It's pretty cool. Callum Lyle, well, all women in the galaxy, we'll put it that way. Callum Lyle for 5. Godzilla New Empire. Also, Nosferatu by Robert Eggers, who did Witch, Lighthouse, and Northman. Yeah, that comes out near the end of the year, I think. I'm semi-interested in that one. Yeah, the Godzilla Kong movie, whatever. I can't say I'm excited about it. I don't know. Yeet Discreet for $5. Thank you, Yeet Discreet. Callum Lau for 5. I had this weird trend of people from Naughty Dog asking for sympathy for his upcoming Lassitude documentary, and the leak scandal might be in it. I haven't really heard anything about that.
I don't know.
Chris Bolts for 5. Wesley Snipes' Blade and Channing Tatum Gambit in Deadpool 3 would be wild. Yeah, dude, Wesley Snipes' Blade appearance. Imagine if we see Wesley Snipes before we see Mahershala Ali's Blade. And that's what I mean. Like,
yeah,
there's so much. If they're really willing to go back and do these things, there's so much like shit from the late 90s and early 2000s that we still have good memories of.
Yeah.
That I do think could pull some people. Now, obviously, this is nothing like Toby returning as Spider-Man, right? There's nothing out there that exists that could get that type of pop. But there are some things. Callum for 5. Also, what's weird about the Naughty Dog people talking about Cuckman like he's some kind of video game messiah. Even Joel's voice actor does it a lot. I mean, listen, there's people get attached to people that they work with in the industry, especially when they do something. They have a small group of people who are like praising it, right? See, the same with Filoni. A lot of voice actors that have worked with Filoni just praise Filoni as this fucking god. And the reality is, once he actually gets exposed to a wider audience that can call him out for his bullshit, they get exposed. That doesn't mean that those voice actors still don't have really good opinions of them or might sing their praises or whatever, but it's just the reality. I remember Freddie Prinze Jr. Dave Filoni taught me everything about Star Wars, but he was taught by George Lucas. And then Freddie Prinze Jr. would go on to forget that his character survived Order 66 and is still a Jedi after, the rise of the Empire.
His movie's going to be something, man. It's going to be something. I do find it funny, like after all the Ray stuff, like the director and everything, they immediately announced quietly on Twitter that Favreau's coming back to direct the film.
Yeah. Favreau's phoning it in on season 3. He's gone. Oh, Kathleen Kennedy is the reason that Favreau wasn't allowed to do season 3 the way it was. No, all these people are on the same page. Like, they're all working towards the same goals. Might there be some backroom disagreements about creative decisions or whatever? Of course there probably are. People have different opinions. But at the end of the day, Kathleen Kennedy, Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, they're all on the same page. They're all working together at Lucasfilm. And it's about time that everybody actually acknowledged that instead of trying to push bullshit. And every time you don't like a product from somebody that you thought you were supposed to like it, to like go in with your narrative, you can't just blame Kathleen Kennedy for it. It's just,
they all sit at the same table.
They do. East Coast Toasty Boy for 2. Pump the hay brakes. Thanos. Deadpool. Yeet Discreet for 199. My buddy and I are starting a podcast. Any tips? Be consistent. That's the biggest one I can. That's the biggest one I can give anybody. Just be consistent. Don't have like crazy expectations of what you think you should be able to do or whatever. Just do your thing. Do it once a week or whatever, and don't overexert yourself. And you have room for like 2 or another video, then add that on. But just start kind of slow and consistent.
I think the main thing too is like, well, Ryan doesn't have fun, but have fun in what you do.
I don't have fun in general, so
yeah, I know. So that's it. But yeah, have fun. Oh, also get a great microphone. People will forgive bad video, but it's for some strange reason they won't forgive bad audio.
It's true. Because you have to listen, you don't have to watch.
Yeah.
Sup man for 5 says happy MLK Day, Ryan. Thank you. I celebrate every year. Nut Bunny for 14. Next best, Star Wars Coprolite. Thank you, Nut Bunny. Fictitious Dave Savage for 2. Star Wars New Jedi Order. Somehow the Jedi returned, and it was all due to Rey. Taker for 2. Missed my earlier super chat, Ryan. Also, JKR, not an X-Men fan. Did I miss your earlier super chat? I read one from you. I read Kathleen Kennedy said to leave Lucasfilm and take over the GM position for the Dallas Cowboys. They're close to the bottom, but not quite there, says KK. If I scroll up and make sure I didn't miss anything else from you. Scrolling. Sorry. I don't see anything else.
I don't think you did.
So yeah, that's it. I got it. I got it earlier. Laura Lynn Lance, not bad. A few creative kills. Hi, y'all. 2 here in Oklahoma, or -2 here in Oklahoma. Hail 199. Hugs for Ryan. Smooches for J Bear.
Thank you. Stay warm.
There's a lot of places where it's cold outside. I walked outside today, expected to be cold because it was like 50-ish degrees last night. Walk outside this morning, hot as fuck. I mean, not hot as fuck, but it's probably like 72 and super humid, like first thing in the morning. I'm like, ugh, rough. Let's see. Why can't we have a multiverse Punisher with Jane, Lundgren, and Bernthal taking out Marvel villains lineup? Yeah, why not?
Because they're not smart enough to do that.
Chico's memories for 2. Ryan making the Zorg haircut great again. Great again. Thank you. All right, I think we're all caught up. Jay, what do you got going on, man?
Nah, just same old stuff. I'll be back tomorrow with Jeremy. Maybe. If everything goes as planned. So I'm going off to the gym. I want to test that humid. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Same as you. Just working on other stuff, and here we go. Off to the races.
There you go. Yeah, and these guys will be back tomorrow. I will not be. So I'll just be making videos.
See what kind of disaster happens without Ryan being here. That's the big one.
It's always fun. Gloria Pushfonte says, can someone donate $10 on my behalf and request they pray for my uterus? Prayers for you.
Cheers.
Again, as always, shout out to our peeps over in the Rumble channel. It's 400 people watching over on Rumble. Nearly 3,000 people watching us over here. Just shoot the shit about what happened this weekend. Stian Hegheim for 3 months. Hashtag make Marvel male again. I got to bust that shirt back out. I don't know where it's at. Down at the bottom of my rotation. So, all right, guys, that's going to be it for us. Thanks for hanging out. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Peace.